Hey guys, so we're going to be looking at doing sort of a wedding themed, you can even do it baby themed, watercolor illustration that incorporates some text. And let's just look at it. We have this lovely piece to look at, and this is what we'll be creating. So you'll notice that the text in the middle is not English, and that's okay. You can use English. I won't make you write in Gurmukhi. This is a quote that we received on our wedding, my husband and I. So I wanted to create this nice watercolor frame for it. And you've seen the other piece. I'll show it to you again. Um, that kind of started this whole thing where I've started making these quotes with the pillar frames. And it's actually a fairly simple process. So if you don't have a lot of drawing skills, it will still be pretty easy for you to make. And so I wanted to share that with you because, you know, sometimes we're intimidated by the drawing process, and I wanted to make sure that you can do something even if you feel a little intimidated sometimes. So my name is Sohankar Khalsa. A little bit about me. I've been drawing and painting since I was like this big, I think. I have wanted to be an artist as long as I can remember, and you know that's been an interesting process going to college. I have a BFA in fine arts, and you know to me expression is so personal that I'm so glad that I've had the chance to come to where I feel really overjoyed with what I'm doing and really happy with the work that I'm doing. So that's kind of what I want to share with you guys, and hopefully you'll get something really great out of this and have a really cool project to share with other people. Um, you know, watercolor is watercolor, and it can be surprisingly easy if you let it be and you have a structure that you're working in. So let's give it a try and really love to see what you come up with for this project. So I'm going to give you a little bit of a tip right here on how to paint marble. And you can get started, give it a little test so you have kind of a, oh, I've done this before. Here's a little sample of some marble textures that I got from freeimages.com. And you can see in all of these that while there's a lot of variety, the marble tends to have a direction. So wherever the veining goes, it goes in a certain direction. So that's one thing we need to pay attention to. The other thing is getting into make it look like marble. We look at the coloration and the veining, and you notice that there's like a base color like white, and then there's like a middle ground that's sort of a lighter gray on the gray and white marbles, and then there's like a middle gray, and then there's a darker veining, and this goes for the other ones too, but you know, in their respective colors. And that piece at the top also has a little bit of brown, sort of a rusty colored veining in it. And because of the colors that we're using in this particular project, I wanted to do like a white marble, but with a little bit of that brown veining. So that's why I had that picture there at the top to show you a little bit how that looks. And the idea is to create those three different levels of coloration on it, and then do some of the darker veining to give it that sort of spider web feel to it. And really what we're doing is creating an illusion of marble. So this is where we're starting from. Feel free to linger and take a look at them a little longer, or download them images yourself from freeimages.com, and we'll get started. Okay, so we're going to do a little bit of this marbling here, and we're going to have some different levels of color, and some people will kind of frown that I'm using this Payne's Gray Straight here, but Payne's Gray is kind of a nice color. It's very close to marble. It's a little bit blue, and it has that nice shadow. So marble tends to have like a direction when it's even in its lighter form. So really, there's not a lot of, you could go wrong with it, but kind of giving it direction like that. And then, as you've probably noticed, there's a little bit of like a warmer color to the marble. So let's take a little bit of a warmer brown. You could even do this with a little bit of yellow ochre mixed in, but we're going to drop in a little bit of brown in here. That's a little bit strong, but it's alright. We have some directional marbling going on here. Maybe a little bit up there. It's not something we want to put in all the spots, we just want a little bit here and there. And then I like to put a little bit of these darker areas to give it that veining. And you can do this in stages so that some of it bleeds in and some of it is actually kind of dry. I think the veining actually looks really nice when it's a little bit dry. And that is not as dark as this. This is kind of super dark. So I might actually go in and just dab a little bit of that out because it's so heavy. And there's a little glob of paint that popped in there. It's okay to have some of the darker stuff too. I mean, if you look at the marble, it has so many layers of color and tone that you get a lot of nice variation in it. But it's that separation in the light and dark, and sometimes it goes across, that gives marble that sort of nice veiny look to it. You can do a lot of different things with this, but this is kind of a basic. We're creating the illusion of marble, so it doesn't have to be perfect, and that's the cool thing, because marble is just meant to look close to it, not perfect. And so this is good to keep in mind as we start working on our finished piece with the marble. So if you look at it, it has kind of a nice marbly look to it. Sort of simple water washing into it kind of thing. Here's a little close-up of the marbling. I hope you take a look at it for a minute, and then post yours. I really want to see what yours looks like, because we each kind of have our own style, and what you feel looks like marble may not be what I feel looks like marble. So mine is this sort of style, and I'd love to see what yours is. And then in the project we'll look at how to add it to the pillars and the frame to make it look like marble.